A stunning textured dial, cathedral hands and small sub-seconds dial. This one's impressive and powered by a Swiss movement you will also find in some Tag Heuer and Eterna watches, and the dimensions, they hit a real sweet spot. So it's the best interpretation of a historically Swiss-made military watch actually coming from China nowadays. Many enthusiasts will recognize the classic Dirty Dozen style dial layout, a wartime-era pattern manufactured by IWC, Longines, Omega, and all the harder-to-pronounce brands scrolling on screen, 11 of them being Swiss. On my workbench today, the San Martin reference SN0034. It's the brand's take on the 1940s, 50s style vintage military watch. It combines a big spec with an affordable price tag. A massive thank you to a very generous subscriber for lending this one to the channel. Many collectors regard San Martin as the gold standard when measured against other brands on the AliExpress marketplace, the principal arena to find this brand. I'll start my appraisal from the center and work outwards because the handset is exceptional. Here's a direct comparison of a watch hand typical of competing Chinese brands. Brass stamped with paint so heavily applied it makes it look like a plastic part. But the San Martin hands are flat with crisp, well-defined edges, so either they have silver color paint that is finely applied, or they are unpainted real steel. I'm not going to dismantle my British watch to find out. These numerals capture my attention next for a particular reason. On a watch built around cost cutting, these would be screen printed, sometimes so thin that they lack contrast and become semi-transparent. These numerals, however, have significant height and create bold contrast against the dial. Also, they're lumed. Demo coming up. And of course, we're treated to a subdial seconds hand, something I find very calming. I only see movement if my eyes go search for the subdial, unlike a regular three-hander where a big sweeping seconds hand constantly makes everything feel urgent. I don't want to be rushed. This has a stillness to it that I appreciate. A classic railroad minute track is the signature of a typical vintage military watch dial and has endured through decades to remain present in contemporary watch design. Thank whatever deity protects dial aesthetics that they did not use the wart-like stick-on hexagon San Martin emblem they normally offend their dials with. Yes, you can put it there, I approve. The camera has captured the lateral brushed case sides here too. A radial brush is applied to the front face of the lugs and to the bezel. You can get this without the subdial. I'll link to the San Martin store below where you can explore design variants. That's an affiliate link. If you use it, I can earn a small fee to help keep the lights on around here. That reminds me, here's the lume shot. C3 green on the hands and 5-minute markers, and BGW-9 on the numerals. The movement is very special, but I'm going to do the dimensions first. Here, San Martin meets the increasing demand for a watch case that is more proportionally suited to the average wrist, while also being close to period correct sizing, 37mm. This is what it looks like on, for your reference, my 7-inch wrist. This is one I can wear all day in complete comfort, aided by a very flat case back and a low profile 10mm case height. See, I promised Goldilocks dimensions. I mean perfect proportions for those listening to auto dubs. The crystal is scratch resistant flat sapphire with anti-reflective coating to appease the mass market, though the true enthusiast will pop that out and replace with the low dome bubble acrylic crystal it deserves to complete the intended vintage aesthetic and give it the best unfiltered view of this fantastic stipple textured dial. What do you think? Is the coating effective? Powering this San Martin is a highly reliable and accurate Ronda 6004.B movement. That's the 5-jewel version with a gold-plated finish. Even worth taking a peek at. It's accurate to -10 to +20 seconds per month. It actually has a date wheel too, but that's ghosted by the dial design. Thankfully, San Martin did not cut a horrendous hole in the dial for the date. That would have ruined the whole intention of the design. If you go for a 3-hand version of this watch, you're treated to the equally impressive Ronda 715 caliber movement, which will give you 60 months of battery life compared to 40 here. Before I show you the strap, next time I have a Militado to show you, so consider joining the channel if you don't already subscribe. I think you'll like this watch too. The strap features a signed buckle, San Martin just call the band leather, which is not very elaborative. I do a bit of leather craft, and to me, it doesn't feel like a piece of top grain leather. It's too squishy and stretchy. Maybe it's split leather, maybe synthetic leather. I can't tell without cutting it to reveal an edge. I'd then be able to burnish it if it were real leather, which means to rub the edge until you get a polished wooden effect. But this scrutiny goes too far, and the fact is the strap is instantly pleasing, very soft and comfortable. It features a distinct step down from 20 to 18mm, like straps found on pilot watches. I'd want to keep this strap on the watch.